Hello, hello, hello. Hi there, welcome to Live with Heidi Mine. I'm going to check that I am live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you haven't already, grab your favorite drink and then we will get started. Let me just make sure I'm live. I have to come forward again. I don't know, one of these days I'll have like the perfect setup. And then things will be great. They will be great. Okay. I'm definitely live on Facebook. All right. And now I am live on YouTube. So I'm going to close those down for a second so I can get back to my script. Okie dokie. I didn't put my phone up in the charger or in the holder that I normally put it in. But that just means that now I don't have like a good holder for it. So I'm going to try to prop it. It's not going to want to sit right there, but maybe for a few minutes it will. What is up, homies? I'm Heidi. I am a work-at-home handmade business owner at HeidiMine.com, as well as a homeschool mom of 11 and 13-year-old girls. I go live on Facebook and YouTube on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific. During the live, I share about things going on in my business, homeschooling, and sometimes in our personal lives. Be sure to follow on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube to get notifications when I post videos or when I go live. And feel free to like or hit if you are joining me live tonight. Please comment with #live, or if you are watching on the recording, comment with #replay. This lets me know when people are watching and if I need to change up my times or my days. And if you are not already subscribed, be sure to check out the pinned link on Facebook. If you are watching on YouTube, for some reason it doesn't automatically pop up. So I will put it in the notes when the video is published as a replay. But it takes me a few extra minutes to do it when I'm live, and you don't want to see my forehead that much. When you sign up for the email list, it gets you 20% off your first purchase. I think it's still 20%. I am going to change that in 2024. The percentage is going to go down slightly. It also gets you emails, usually 2 times a week. I am going to switch back to my live views so that I can see if there are any comments. I don't know what's going on with my internet lately. It's kind of making me not happy, truth be told. I think I mentioned last week that Comcast just increased my bill by like $20, $23, something like that. Which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you're on like a fixed income, then, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I don't necessarily mind. Let's be honest. Nobody wants a price increase on anything. Like, hands down, nobody wants it. But I get it. Things, you know, they're costing more as we go along. So essentially, I'm going to say that I'm fine with a cost increase if on the condition that either the service stays the same or gets better. And I feel like ever since Comcast changed my, I just noticed I am not actually watching the live on Facebook. I am watching last week's replay, and I could only tell because I have pigtails in that video. So let me, are you gonna let me out? Oh, there we go. Let me just swipe this. It says that I'm live, but it's showing me, there we go. There we go. Okay. Sorry, y'all. It was showing that I was live, but it was showing me last week's. So now I think I have that fixed. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, I feel like my internet is getting worse every week. I can tell that I'm locked up right now on YouTube, at least on my own iPad. Not happy about that. Play. I don't know. I don't know if it's my iPad or if it's the internet, but I'm also getting notifications on my phone saying that I have like slow internet. So it's bum deal. I literally have no idea originally what I was gonna do. It looks like I'm locked up on YouTube again, so I'm gonna assume that it's just my iPad, and I'm gonna not keep leaning forward to mess with it. Although Facebook just froze for me. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of over it with the internet right now. And maybe I just need to switch to only going live in one location on Thursdays. Maybe I'll go live. I don't know. Today's just... So normally what I do is I go and like we have dinner, or we have a dinner plan that's ready like right after I'm done with the live. And I spend like the first hour before going live getting prepped. And I do my hair and I brush my teeth and I do all the things that make me feel like a human being. So it already started out with not feeling like 100% because I was thinking for like 2 or 3 days now, what am I going to talk about during my live? And I just wasn't feeling super passionate about anything. So tonight is just going to be a chatty video. That's all. Just chatting. I was going to do some sewing projects. Specifically, I have these super cute little printed vinyls. I'm pretty sure I've shown you these before, but maybe I haven't. So essentially there is a pair of sisters that I purchased designs from. One of them sells the vinyl, and I know I've showed you other vinyls before on a live. And they're printed and they're adorable and I love them. But these particular vinyls are, it's kind of like a kit. So this is for a zipper bag with a, we'll call it a bag. The bag, so it would be the top and the bottom, and then this space here is where I would cut it apart, where the zipper would go, and then this is the front and back of the bag tag, or back and front, whichever you want. So I have a whole bunch of these. I've had them for a couple years now. I purchased them 2021, at the end of 2021, and with the intention of prepping them throughout the year and then selling them at Christmas time, because I primarily bought a lot of designs that were Christmas themed. So that is a 4x4 size. I think when it stitches out and you turn it, it ends up being like 3.5 by 3.5, like a little square. So they're great for things like stocking stuffers, or small gifts, like for friends. You could put like a little gift card, that kind of thing. So the last few days I have been cutting them out because they come in this like really long strip. I'll show you the strip in a minute. But essentially I've been watching TV on my computer and I've been cutting them out. So these are most of my 4x4 sizes. It's like a thick stack. I don't remember how many there are, to be honest, and I'm not going to count them. But we'll just set those there for right now. And then I have some that are 5 by, they're not 5 by 7. I think they're like 5 by 6. It could be 4 by 5, I suppose. No, they're definitely bigger than that. So they could be like 5 by 6. But basically, like, again, we have, yeah, this would be the back of the bag. This would be the front of the bag. So I have these. These ones are the only ones that printed this way, where it's like long. Excuse me. Excuse me. And then I have the rest of them. So there's a whole bunch of them. And I bought these before I was going to do the whole no licensed character thing. So some of them clearly are licensed character designs, and I will figure out what to do with them, even if that just means giving them to my kids to give out to their friends as Christmas gifts. Whatever. And there are like little charms that go with the bigger bags, but I have those like over to the side because I've started cutting them out, because when you make these little bags, they have to be completely cut apart in order to sew them, which I think is kind of a bummer because it's a lot of cutting before you even get started. And I know that like with these square parts, I could use my rotary cutter if I trusted that it would work properly, but I cut those out individually by hand, which takes a while. So it was fine that I was doing it while I was watching TV, because I'm rewatching House right now because I love to rewatch TV shows. I don't know why, it's just what I do. So this is one that I will do next summer. Yeah, or maybe in the spring even. So this is how they come in this long roll. But it is what it is. Okay, for some reason my screen just went black on YouTube, so I do apologize if anyone's watching and you can't see me. I don't know what's going on with that. I actually shut down, like I don't have any other things going on. I have my phone where I have to use the app for the cameras. I have my iPad and my, I have my iPad on that shows me YouTube and Facebook. But as far as I know, like just my kids are using the internet. We're not using like the TV or anything. So I don't know. So yeah. So I got those a long time ago. I'm going to be making those. I don't know if I'm going to have them all done in time for Christmas this year, but I'm going to do as many as I can. I just bought a bunch of zippers. I was thinking about trying to get zipper tape, but having to cut everything in the small lengths and then attaching the zippers onto zipper tape kind of sounded like a big old pain. And I went to a company that I purchased zippers from, and they were doing like buy 6, get 1 free, or I think it was buy 5, get 1 free. So I just bought like a ton of zippers in the size that I need. Hello, Miss Sarah. She says she could see me on YouTube. So good. So yeah. So I was like, oh, I'm going to prep all this stuff and I'm going to sew them. Well, I had some other things that also were printed vinyl. Like I had some printed vinyl ears and some printed vinyl to do sanitizer holder cases, whatever. And so I was like, oh, well, if I'm going to do that, then I'll just do one bag and I'll do like one of each of these printed vinyls. And I think I also have some bows. And I started looking for that stuff today and I couldn't find it. And then I got frustrated. And then when I was trying to get ready, thinking when I put my hair up, like for some reason, putting those pigtails in, it's like, it's my live persona now. And I don't know, if anybody's ever watched 90210, like I used to watch 90210, and there was like, I think a summer that Brenda took working at the Peach Pit, but then she decided to use what she was learning in her acting classes, and she put on this whole like New York persona thing, and then she didn't suck as a waitress. And so I think sometimes like that's what my pigtails are for me, is it's my Heidi persona. Cause I used to wear pigtails, a lot growing up, definitely like when I was a little kid, but even like as a teenager, I would wear pigtails. And yes, I did get made fun of, and that was okay. I didn't care. And then as an adult, I was known to wear pigtails, or even space buns, which at the time we did not call them space buns. They were just pigtail buns. Like, I went to lunch one day with one of my high school friends and somebody said they liked her space buns. And she was so confused because I think she admitted to me she's never seen Star Wars also. I think that's what she told me. Maybe she saw it and she just wasn't interested. I don't know. I won't fault her for that. But yeah, so I said, oh, well, it's like Princess Leia. But really, when they call them space buns, it's not like Princess Leia because Princess Leia's were like, but I've been doing this for a very long time with my hair. I could not find my hair ties today. I have like a package of hair ties that's half full because it's always half full. And I can't find them. My cat was playing with them the other day and I have a feeling she took them under my bed and I did not want to crawl around today. So no pigtails for me. So the Heidi persona, I don't know. It's just like ideas were not coming to me. So here I am talking to you about not having ideas. But maybe next week I will try to do some sewing. Also, my whole sewing table is just completely covered right now. Or I should say my embroidery table. We did not end up finishing our Halloween costumes for the kids, but the pattern pieces are all stacked on top of my embroidery machines right now. So that's a bummer. I need to get that done. We're gonna finish them. They're gonna end up being cosplay costumes, and we are gonna try to go to some sort of a con in the next year, but I just have to finish them. And they also put another sewing challenge too, and I'm supposed to make costumes for that as well. So that should be fun. Should be fun. I don't remember if I talked about the Nutcracker last week. Sarah knows about the Nutcracker. I don't know if I want to talk about it though. So if I didn't talk about it last week, essentially they're charging a lot for the tickets this year, and I'm probably not going to do the local Nutcracker, but we'll figure something out. It'll be fun. We always do fun winter stuff. I am going to be taking t-shirts and tote bags that are heat press transfers. Those will be coming off of my website by the end of the year. They are not bringing me joy. I don't invest a lot mentally in the whole, put like a limit on the amount of books you can have in your house. And that for me is just like a mortal sin. There's no such thing as too many books. I don't care if I've had a book for 30 years. If I want to read it, I know where it is. But I do like to do the whole thing of like being funny about, does this bring me joy? No. I don't have the Heidi hair, I'm telling you. I did recently order my YouTube is frozen on my iPad, and it is the funniest face right now. And that's probably the face that YouTube is going to pick as the thumbnail before I have a chance to change it. So that'll be super fun. So I know that I think last week I showed my wall calendar that I purchased for my office, and I've started putting some things on that as far as product launches. Oh, the Bring Me Joy. I'm dropping the shirts. They don't bring me joy. I don't like the way they turn out. I'm getting rid of them. So I have been working on the product lines that I'm going to be introducing so that I actually have products on my website. And I'm looking forward to that. I've picked a lot of really fun things. I took a class a few years ago that was all about being a handmade business owner and product launches and discontinuing products and all this stuff. And that one's always hard for me. And I think I've talked about this, that a lot of times with the things that I sell, I can remake them. So it's hard for me to discontinue product lines. However, I can limit the amount of products I come out with and then just like introduce those. And if they do well, I can leave them in my shop. And then I know what to do for the following season, whether it's bags or whatever. I've been trying to do a little bit of market research. I use this program for my Etsy shop, and essentially it scans my entire Etsy shop and all the products in it, and then it tells me what keywords are ranking on Etsy, and like what page they're showing up for that keyword. The problem I'm finding is I don't understand the keywords. Like, they're nothing that I would think a normal human being would search. I get like great hits on products for sanitizer alcohol. I sell neither sanitizer nor alcohol, let alone sanitizer alcohol. So I don't know what people are searching. I don't get it. And sales are so down this year. I know that a lot of the coaches and the Etsy gurus are scrambling right now because the sales are so dramatically low. People should legit have already started hitting their rushes, and some people are getting just trickles of sales. Even shops that I've been following their sales, and they were doing like a minimum of a dozen sales a day, sometimes 2 dozen sales in a day. They're doing like half what they were doing before. That is frightening for the fourth quarter of the year. I'm just going to say, Q4, those numbers should be off the charts. They should be double what they were previously. So I don't know if people were shopping really early and now they're fizzled out. I don't know if things are just hitting people hard. I just saw on Facebook that one of my friend's husbands was just like, not just him, his whole department was laid off. I don't know. That I feel like that's the ultimate type of evil, is laying off an entire department right before the holidays. Hello, Cowboy for Life. I'm doing well. Am I talking about Black Friday? A little bit about Black Friday. To be perfectly honest, full disclosure, in all of the years that I have sold online and on Etsy, my Black Friday sales are abysmal. I don't know. I don't get very many people purchasing from me Black Friday weekend, like at all. I would say that if you are an online seller, to check out some coaches that offer free training. Do not pay for any training at this time of year, unless you've really done your research. But there's a lot of them out there. I've mentioned them before, that Starla Moore, if you're an Etsy seller, Starla Moore is an amazing Etsy coach. And then also Stacy Storino is a great coach. Both of them have YouTube channels, and they do a lot of free training on those channels. Love Black Friday. Your cousin likes to do Black Friday. Oh, congratulations on the baby. That's fun. My husband took me out once. We went out a few times for Black Friday shopping, but there was one year, I can't remember, it might have been the first year I was pregnant with my first child. And like he made me go with him for Black Friday, and I was just going to sit in the car, and we got all the way to the store. And then he told me like I needed to sit there for like 2 or 3 hours. And I was like, no way, dude. I'm going home. Like, I'm not doing that. Do the week of Black Friday. Yeah. I would not suggest going out and doing any in-person shopping Black Friday if you're due any minute. I have 2 nephews that were born the week of Thanksgiving. So their birthdays every once in a while. They're not twins. It's I have a stepbrother, and then it's actually my sister-in-law's sister, but he might as well be my nephew. I love that kid. But they were both born the weeks of Thanksgiving. So yeah, it's fun though. It's super fun. One of the boys was actually bigger than the Thanksgiving turkey that we had that year he was born. So that was always fun. Sarah went Black Friday shopping once, never again. Yes. We go to Arizona for Thanksgiving, and Greg was my husband. He used to con us into going to whatever Black Friday shopping was in the area, and then the kids got a little bit older, and I finally started like making my stepmom go with him. But he would never buy gifts for other people. Like he was always buying stuff for himself or for our household during Black Friday. So I just never saw the point. Like it just wasn't a thing for me. Cowboy for life. Huge family trip to Disney World. A little crampy. Be very careful. Drink lots of water, please, please. Baby will be small, average size. Yeah. Disney World trip was booked the week you found out. Oh, I have never been to Disney World Park. I'm in California and in the like East Bay area. So Disneyland is about 6 hours from us. And before 2020, we used to have annual passes and we would go 2 to 3 times a year. I was doing that for a little over 20 years. Last year we did a road trip to Florida, my kids and I, to go see my brother and his family. And I have a cousin that she owns her own like Disney Vacation Points Club thing. I don't know all the details about it, but she lives right outside of Orlando. So we went and we walked around downtown Disney, which was very fun. It was still a lot of fun, even though we didn't go into the actual parks. But eventually we will go. Drinking water. Yeah. It's a lot. There was a year that we went to Disneyland with, I have a lot of cousins, I have to say. I have a lot of cousins. We went to Disneyland with one of my husband's cousins and his wife. I have 2 kids and they had 2 kids at the time, but the wife was pregnant with twins. And I'm a mother hen. I was constantly like, sit down, take a rest, drink your water, make sure you're eating, like all the things. So you have a cousin, Abby, 15 best friends, been together the whole day. Oh, that's so fun. Oh, well, that's good that you've got her there for you. Is with you, making fun. Yeah. Do lots of the shows. You can sit down. Yeah, and they have great shows out there. They have a lot. There's so much at Disney World. Someday I will get there. But I feel like when I do Disney World, I'm going to have to be there for a long time because I'm going to want to see all the things. Yeah, you've done lots of the shows. Yeah, very fun. Very fun. Yeah, right on. Yeah, the cousin with the twins, she kept telling me that if she had her babies at Disneyland, that they get like annual passes for life. I don't encourage that, and I don't know the validity of it, but that is what she told me. Getting compliments for how cute you look. Nice. Like terrible. Sorry. Oh, yeah. You know, I think, and I don't know what you look like. I'm sure you're absolutely adorable, but I do think that like Disney, everything is much more magical. So sometimes like we feel really like bleh ourselves, but it's just everybody's looking for like the beauty in everything. So it's fun. It's nice. Yeah. Not having the baby at Disney World. Yeah. And I'm sure that Disney World has the same thing that Disneyland does. They have their, what do they call them? Nursing centers. Yeah, You might ask around for those. I forget what they call them at Disneyland, but I found out about them after I had my first child, and they have one at Disneyland and one at Disney California, or California Adventure, whatever they call it now. And you just go in and you can, like, once you have the baby, you can go in and you can nurse. There's little quiet areas. They have areas to feed the babies. But I'm telling you, if I would have known about those when I was pregnant, I would have just gone in there. They're always air conditioned. It's like comfy seats. Like, it's just cozy. Almost 18. Aw, right on. My mom was 19 when I was born. So I feel like I'm an old lady when it comes to like having kids. I was over 30 when I had mine. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I wish I would have started earlier, because I feel like when you're younger, you just can keep up with your kids a little better. So yeah, super, super fun though. And the baby stuff at Disneyland, oh my gosh. I used to love shopping in their baby sections, and I believe they've only gotten better. They have some really cute stuff there. So, right on. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't have like a whole lot of things prepped to talk about tonight. I'm just kind of rolling off the top of my head, whatever I think of. I have started thinking of things for next year. I was saying, Sarah Jane, 24 and 27, and you, oh, Sarah, you definitely keep up with your kids. Oh, happy birthday tomorrow. 4 kids, only left the house. Aw. Yeah. My oldest is 13, and I just am like, oh, it's going by really, really fast. It does go by very fast though, for sure. Yeah. Aw. So yeah, feel bad not staying the night. Told both the girls. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because you're pretty far along, and depending on when you got to the park, that's a long day. Yeah, but maybe if you have more ticket, like if you have multi-day tickets, you could do a little bit later. But it really depends. You got to do what's good for you, though. Yeah. Yes, if you've been there all day, then definitely. I definitely suggest. I don't know if it's showing up on anyone else's. It looks like some of the messages are being retracted. And if you're deleting them, that's okay. I'm not deleting them. So I don't know if that's a YouTube thing or if it's just showing up on my end. But just to let you know, like if they're being deleted, it's not me. Yeah. So I'm starting to plan for next year a little bit. I've got my big calendar. I just ordered my work planner that is from hoopmama.com. I usually get both the digital version and the print version because I like having both, and I can plan out product launches, sales, promotions, all that other good stuff. And I started thinking about my motivation for 2024. Let's see. It says here every day till Sunday. The cousins got a little mad. Yeah. Yes, do not mess with those Braxton's contractions. Like, yeah, definitely rest. Google deletes. Oh, okay, Google deletes your chats after a bit. That's fine. That's totally fine. I just wanted to make sure that anybody knew that I wasn't deleting them because I don't know. Sometimes, computers do weird things. If you have been following me for a minute, I know Sarah has been following me for a bit. With small businesses, and I don't know if it's like a person thing or if it's just a small business thing, but for about 5-ish years now, small businesses are like, you need to have like your theme for the year, have a word for the year, something to look forward to, that kind of thing. And the first few years I was doing it, we had a lot of challenges. So I decided this year to not do that because I felt like, you know, the powers that be thought it was a challenge. So in 2023, I decided I was going to pick a theme song for the year. And my theme song ended up being I Wish I Was a Little Bit Taller, because I think it's hilarious. And every time that song comes on the radio, I bust up laughing because it's not so popular that it comes on a lot, but on the stations that I listen to, it does usually come on at least once a week. And it just reminds me to really have fun with life and with my business and with all of the things. And I think that's super, super important. Before they get deleted, Braxton leaving in 30 minutes. That's good. That's good. Yes, Airbnbs are so fun. Oh, yeah, that happens. And unfortunately, after you have kids, that happens a little every once in a while too. I'm not going to read that one on YouTube. Just we'll let that one go. But yeah, it's the parts of motherhood they don't tell you about. That's fun. So yeah, so I've been thinking about things for 2024 and what I want that to look like. And I think I have a Smash Mouth song picked out for 2024. Okay, thank you for chatting. Thank you for hanging out. I'm live every Wednesday at 7 Pacific. So if if you're bored or breastfeeding, feel free to come hang out and have a good night. Take get some rest. So for 2024, I have a Smash Mouth song picked out. I'm not going to say what it is yet, because I think it's more fun to just announce it all at once the new year starts. But I went all out for 2024. It's only the first week of November, and I have a theme for myself. It is not like a mantra. It's not a mantra. It's not a positive word. It's my vibe. It's for me. So the song and my vibe, I picked out some colors. Yeah, I'm rolling with a whole Heidi theme into 2024. And part of that, in just being the goofball that I am, is that 2024 is the 30th anniversary of my 17th birthday. I liked being 17. It was a lot of fun. It was a little old enough to be responsible, but not so old you had to be fully responsible. It was fun times. I was a 17-year-old senior in high school. I graduated still 17. I don't know. Something about it is just screaming at me the last few months, possibly this entire year, that in 2024, I just want to celebrate some things. I just want to make 2024 a Heidi party. I thought I was going to do that this year because of the Barbie movie coming out on my birthday, but it just didn't feel the same because, 2023, that's the 30th anniversary of my 16th birthday. So I don't know why 17 is just hitting me like I need a do-over. I don't know. Maybe there are subconscious reasons that I'm not going to get into on YouTube, or Facebook. I'm not going to get into on my live, but I'm excited. I'm excited about 2024. I want it to be 1994 all over again. And we can't go back, and that's okay, but I'm going to have fun with it. So yeah, well, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to some transformations, some personal transformations. So if you are looking for a reason to, I don't know, do anything in 2024, do it. Start planning, give yourself some motivation, pump yourself up about it, and let's roll on into 2024 like it's 1994. I heard 1999 on the radio the other day, and I was trying to explain it to my kids. That was hilarious. So yeah. So I have plans. I just was totally, I'm not going to say I was unprepared for tonight's live. But somewhere there was like a roadblock in my brain and I was just not getting past it. I don't know why. You have no idea. I sat the kids down today and we did some menu planning for the next 2 months. And I figured it would be way easier because we've got Thanksgiving at the end of the month. So I knew there was going to be almost a week where I didn't even have to cook food because we won't even be home. And I know that like in December, there's a lot of weekends that we have stuff going on. So I didn't have to menu plan for those. Obviously for Christmas Day, I don't have to menu plan because that's handled for me. So I was trying to get things done. I didn't cross off everything on my list. And that is starting to bother me that it's not so much like I could understand if I just wasn't crossing off 1 or 2 things from a list of like a lot of things, but a lot, like, I don't know, this week has just been weird. I just haven't felt like crossing off anything from my lists. So I think we have to go through that sometimes. I think we just have to go through a period of time where we can't cross things off our lists and just gear ourselves up for the times that we can. So that's what I'm working towards. Yeah. So I think that's all I've got. I've been on here for about 40-ish minutes, almost 45. I know it's super dark out. Nobody likes standard time except for me. I love standard time. Standard time is my jam. If you are a fan of Adam Sandler, you know that the nighttime is the right time. Sometimes I try to really watch how I inflect words. I don't know if that's the right way to say that. I watch the inflection of my words. I was watching something today on Facebook and I don't know, the person appeared to be trying to be like a newscaster, but they kept mispronouncing words. And that annoys me a little bit. Like I get when you're reading from a script, but like read it beforehand and make sure that you're reading the words properly. If you're clearly reading from a script, you should have rehearsed it a little bit. But then just her tone, she was very up and down and up and down. And I do that for fun sometimes, but not like as a general rule. I don't know. It was weird. So now I'm a little more self-conscious about how I'm talking to the camera tonight. Yeah. So my youngest wants me to make caramel. I was supposed to make caramel for caramel apples last week for Halloween, and I did not do that because we didn't do all the things. But it's almost 8 and I don't know if I want to make caramel, to be honest. I just don't know if I do. Yeah, and she bought some fake nails and she had me glue them on her fingers last week, and then she took them off within like a couple hours. And I find that super annoying because it takes a while to put the nails on and then just to soak them to rip them back off again. No, not feeling it. But anyway, kids do not have their normal classes on Friday, so we are having a mock Thanksgiving with my mother. That should be fun. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to switch out of my live view so I can see what my script says, because we all know when I go off script, I go way off script, right? I go nutty. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like or a thumbs up, follow or subscribe, and comment with #live or #replay. All of these interactions not only help push out the videos to more people that would enjoy them, they help me know what content you are enjoying the most. So yeah, it was fun tonight to get to talk to some people, even if it wasn't about like work. That's okay. Everybody knows I love Disney. I'm a big Disney fanatic. Maybe not necessarily Disney World, but Disney in general I can roll with. So I will see you next week. Bye.